Hi, this is Becky with the Howard County Library System, and today we're taking a look at an introduction to Google Drive. You'll want to start by signing into your Google account. If you don't have an account or aren't sure how to sign in, check out the first video in this series on creating a Google account. Alright, once you're signed in, we're going to want to go to Google Drive, and to do this, you want to click this square of dots right here, and that's going to bring up all of the Google apps available to you. So we're going to want to come down here to Drive and click on that. Alright, and most likely your drive is going to be empty, but you can see I have a lot of different files here. We're just going to take a look at how everything is organized and how you'll be able to find files in the future. So first we're going to take a look at how you would create a new file. So if you come up here to the left, you can see this new button. If you click on that, you're going to see a few different options. What we're going to focus on is this bottom section here. You can see that you have the option to create a new Google Doc, sheet, slide, forms, and more. So these are most likely going to be the options that you utilize most often. And further on in this series, we're going to take a look at each one of those and go over it a little more in depth. For right now, we're just going to look at how we can organize our Google Drive. So you can see right here, we have the option to create a new folder. So let's try that. So we can name our folder. I'll just go with personal. And then you can see it pop up right here, right under your suggested section. So you have suggested, like most recently created or open documents, and then we're going to go down to the next section, which is folders, and then after that is files. So if we wanted to put something in our new personal folder, it's really as simple as just clicking and dragging. So I'll take this budget file right here, I'll click, hold, and drag it up to the personal file. And then when I let go, you can see the file was removed from our files section and it's now been added to the personal folder. So another way you can do this is if you right click on a file, you have the option to move to, and then we can select personal and move. And that will do the same thing. You can see it has disappeared from the files section and it's now in our personal folder. So if we go ahead and open our personal folder just by double clicking it, you can see our budget and our form are in there. So let's say we want to move the form back out of the personal folder just in the general files section. We can again right click and select move to, and then you can see it's in the personal folder here. So if we just hit this back arrow, we're going to go back to our drive, like our home page, and then we can just say move here. So then if we wanted to go back to our main drive page, you can see these breadcrumbs up here. So all the way on the right, it says personal, that's the folder we're in. And then to the left, you can see the hierarchy of files, so my drive. So if we click my drive, it'll go back to that home page. All right, you also have the option under this new section to upload a file or folder. So if you have something stored on your computer, like a Word document, and you wanted to upload it to your Google Drive, you could do that here. So we'll just take a look at that, a file upload, and we're going to upload a picture. So I'll select a picture here, click open, and then you can see down at the bottom here, this green check mark says it's uploaded, and we'll scroll down a little and we can see that it was added to our files section. So next we're going to look at the different view options we have. So if you come up here on the right, you can see this button. If we hover over it, it says list form. Right now we're looking at all of our files in a grid. So if we wanted to change that, we could hit this list form. And then you can see our suggested section still stays the same, but if we scroll down a little, all of our files and folders are just in a list form. And you can see the different column heads, name, owner, date modified, file size. You can click these and it'll sort them alphabetically or by date, whatever you'd like. All right, finally, we're going to take a look at how we would delete something. So if we wanted to delete our personal folder, we'd come down here and right-click on it. And then we can hit remove. And then if you come over here to the left, you can take a look in the trash and see that personal folder was moved. So if we wanted to restore it, we could just right-click and hit restore. And then it would be back in our Google Drive. All right, that was a quick look at Google Drive. In the next few videos, we're going to take a look at each of the tools a bit more in depth, starting with Google Docs in our next video.